Alright guys, we're about to break through the biggest barrier to traditional stem and leaf plots. What we're going to do this time, instead of having the traditional one, which is one stem with all the leaves on one side, we're going to have a stem right in the middle and leaves on each side, which means the tens are in the middle and the digits and units are on either side. Now, why do we do that? Why do we do a back-to-back stem and leaf plot? Well, we do that because we can compare two types of, say for example, teams and how they went, or we could compare two brands of batteries as we have in this example. Let's say we want to compare these two batteries. We have brand X over here and brand Y over here. So we're going to compare them and see how long they last. So we compared these brands and we tested them to see how long they would last in hours before they failed. And we have got the results and scores tabulated above right over here. And what we have here right in the middle is a stem and leaf plot that I've taken the liberty of beginning for us. So here's our stem right in the middle. Now remember, the stem represents the tens, and then the leaf on this side is brand X, and the leaf on this side is brand Y. And we're going to compare the two batteries to discover which battery lasts longer. So what are we going to do first? Well, step number one, we're going to take the scores from above here, brand X and brand Y, and put them in the top part here of a back-to-back stem and leaf plot. Then once they're up here, the next step is we're going to transfer them down here. Now the difference between this and this is the first stem and leaf plot is unordered, and then we're going to order and sequence them under here. And from there, we're going to discover which brand lasts longer. So let's begin by tabulating. Let's have a look here. We're going to start off with brand X right at the top here, and we're going to tabulate it up here on the top. So let's start that now. So for brand X, let's have a look here. We have the first score of 21 hours. That's how long this particular battery lasted, 21 hours. So let's have a look here. 21, so that means we go to brand X. That's going to be a 2 here and a 1 here. So let's do that right over here. 2, 1. There's our first score. The next one is 25. So 25 is 2, 5. The next score is 30, 3, 0. 3, 0 in the leaf there. Then 18, 1, 8. Then we have 36, which is 3, 6. Here we go. 17. 1, 7. We have 28, 2, 8. We have 14 right over there, which is 1 and 4. We have 30, 3 and 0. That's another 30. Then we have lastly 24. That's a 2 and a 4 right there. Okay, that's our brand X unordered. Now we're going to go to our brand Y across here and see what scores we can get. So let's have a look at the first scores. And we have 32 right over there. So now we're going backwards with the leaves. So the stem is still here, the tens, and 32 will go across to the left now because this is up back to back stem and leaf. So 32 would come across right here. There's our 32. Then we have 34. Then we have 36. 41, 4 and 1. We have 30 right over there, so it's 3 and 0. Then we have 31, so that's 3 and 1. Then we have 18, that's 1 and 8. We have 32, that's 3 and 2. And we have 16, that's 1 and 6. And finally 29 right over there. That's 2 and 9. So there's our two brands unordered in a back-to-back stem and leaf plot. Now all we have to do is take these guys here, transfer them down here, and put them in the correct order. So we're going to start off here with brand Y and order the top one. We have here next to the tens of 1 right over here, and we have a 6 and an 8. So which is smaller? We're going to start from smallest to biggest because we're putting them in order. So the smallest would be the 6, wouldn't it? So we put a 6 down here. And the next biggest is 8. Okay, that's ordered for the stem of 10 right over there. 1, 6 and 1, 8. Let's go to the next one. We have 29. It's only one score, so we can just copy that in. There's our 9. Now, with the 3, the tens of 3 right across here, we've got a lot of scores. So which is the smallest? Well, clearly it will be the 0. So let's start off with 0. So that's 3, 0. And then we have, let's mark that off. Then we have a 1 right over here. So it's 3, 1. Then we have a 3, 2. Let's mark that off. So that's a 2. Okay. We have another 2. We have 2 2s. Okay, any more? We have a 4 after that. And we have a 6 finally here, meaning 36. Okay, we're down here with the 1. There's only one score, 41, so we just transfer that straight down there. 41, there it is. Okay, that's ordered here for brand Y. Let's go over here and order them for brand X. So for brand X, if we look at the first one, the smallest number is 4, so we go down here for the stem of 1 and the unit of 4. The next biggest is 7. Let's mark these off. And finally 8, which makes 18. Let's go to the 2s. Now, which is the smallest? We have a 1 over here, so 1 will go right here as 21. Then we have a 4. Next biggest is a 4. Getting a bit bigger now, we have a 5, and we're jumping into an 8 after that. There's our 8 right over there. So that's 1, 4, 5, 8. Next we have, the smallest here will clearly be a 0. So let's put a 0 over here. So that's going to be 3, 0, and then another 0, because they're the smallest, and the biggest is 6. And we have a 6 there. So there is our brand X, all ordered in a back-to-back stem and leaf. Now we can look at the results and start to discover which brand failed the least or lasted the longest. So as I look at these, you will notice that there are more scores above 20 over here for brand Y. And you'll see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 scores above the 20s. There's a lot of scores, whereas on brand X, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4 in the 20s and only 3 in the 30s, which clearly indicates right across here that brand Y lasted the longest. So that